Salvete tirones, meus nomen Titus Flavius Falinus est, centurio sextus legionem vitricis. Meus officium, die mortales, inducere vos inter legionem est. Quis? Nonne non nulli vestrum dicere in lingua latina potestis. Fine. As I see none of you provincial Britons have bothered to learn the Latin language, I will talk to you in your own barbaric tongue. I am Titus Flavius Falinus, centurion of the 6th Legion Valeria Vitrix, currently stationed in Eboracum, or as you call it, York. And I have the duty of leading you into the Roman army. You're about to undertake 25 years of service, and if you want any hope of surviving till the end of it, you will do exactly as I tell you and listen carefully to everything I say. The first thing to brief you on is your equipment. Now, what I'm wearing is the uniform of a Roman soldier. All Roman soldiers, auxiliaries, legionaries, all wear something similar to this. It's composed of two parts. The first part is the part that keeps you safe, and the second part is the part that allows you to kill people. Now, for the parts that keep you safe, the first is the galea, the helmet. It's made of brass or steel. It has this cross brace at the front to protect you against a sword strike, and a guard at the back to protect your neck from projectiles or falling rocks, particularly if you're going in a siege. These cheek braces are, surprisingly enough, to protect your cheeks. Then you come to the lorica segmenta. It's the body armour, and it's really, really heavy, but it allows full movement. It's made of these interlocking plates, almost like shellfish, like a lobster or a shrimp. The plates move up and down, which allows me full movement. I can do star jumps in this thing if I wanted, and gives me the ability to swing and turn at ease. But the most important piece of protective kit, the bit that will keep you safe beyond all others, is the scutum, the legionary shield. Now, the scutum is vast. It goes from the tops of your shoulders to below your knees. And it's curved. It's curved so that even when I'm standing facing straight onto you, it protects half of my body. Now, the reason for that is that if someone's coming at you with a sword, it protects not only from the top and the front, but also from the sides. You're protected from all angles. Now for the bits that allow you to kill people. The first is the pilum. This is a javelin, it's a throwing spear, and it's designed not to hit the enemy's body, not to puncture their skin, but to puncture their shield. The pilum sticks through the shield with this tapered point and bends or breaks, meaning that the enemy is now running at you with this ruddy great piece of wood sticking out the front of his shield. Either he must face you with his shield drooping into the ground, or get rid of the shield altogether. Now, if he does decide to face you shieldless, he comes face to face with this, the legionary gladius. Now, the gladius is a stabbing sword, although it'll quite easily take off an arm or a head if it's used properly. The gladius will be used for 1,000 years in Europe. It's just that effective. But the issue with the gladius is that unlike medieval swords, it doesn't have a blood groove, a long line across the blade. This means when you thrust the sword into a barbarian's stomach, the flesh will clamp around the blade. Therefore, to pull the sword by after it, to make sure it doesn't get stuck in his insides, it needs a twisting motion. And it's that twisting motion that does the most damage. You quite literally tear a hole inside of your opponents. But if they get any closer than that, you come to the pugio. Now, the pugio might not look like much. It's a dagger. It's much smaller than the gladius. But I promise you that you'll all be using this much more than you use this or the javelin. Now, the pugio you use to cook, you use it to scrape the mud off your boots, and you use it to find those weak points in someone's armour, under the plate or in the neck. Now, the pugio really comes to work against chainmail. It's perfect for piercing the mail and getting to the flesh beneath. As for my clothing, you will all be issued with a woolen tunic. Being stationed in the northern provinces of the empire, this tunic is thick and it'll keep you warm, which is welcome if you're doing night duty on Hadrian's Wall up near Scotland. Then you've got the Caligula. Now this is your most important piece of kit. Without the Caligula you can't march, and you definitely can't fight. As we're in the north, this Caligula is covered with more leather. It protects my feet from cold and the wet. Many Roman legionaries in northern provinces wear socks. In fact, they often write letters home to their families in Italy asking for socks. Now we're done with your equipment, you are almost ready to start.